welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about 5 gourmand fragrances that from a non-gourmand girly. And when I say that, I mean I don't literally like to smell like food all the time. Like I don't think that describes my preferred scent profile. But I do have a few gourmands in my collection. And I want to talk about these 5 to have you smelling edible this gourmand season. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Long intro. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you've decided to come back, big up your whole self. Truly appreciate your continued support of my channel. As always, before we get into the fragrances let's talk about my scent of the day. So my scent of the day is a fragrance that I have not been able to put down. And it is Vanille Caviar from the house of BDK. Y'all, I love this fragrance. This gorgeous vanilla, but with like this, a little bit of green, a little bit of a minerally aspect to it. Heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. If you haven't tried this vanilla, I know the market is saturated right now, but give it a sniff. If it's in the US right now and you can get it on Scent Split, wherever, give the thing a sniff, because right now it's sick of me because I can't put it down. And this is Vanille Caviar from the house of BDK, my scent of the day. Y'all, let's jump into these fragrances. The first fragrance on my list is from the house of Brown Girl Jane, and it is called Chalet. Chalet from the house of Brown Girl Jane. Ooh. Chalet from the house of Brown Girl Jane was brought to us in the year 2025, retails for $102 for this 50 ml. In terms of notes, this is what we have. It opens with white chocolate truffle, plum. In the middle we have champagne and jasmine. In the base we have cacao, vanilla, and some sandalwood. Listen, I really like this fragrance, and I think, you know, there's some disappointment in the community because of maybe it was the marketing and there was a certain expectation, etc. But for me and my sensibilities, the way I like my gourmands to be, this is perfect. This is like a light kind of chocolate covered truffle, but it's light. It's not like super dense or super thick chocolate. It feels like dusty. Not in a bad way, y'all. Maybe my words aren't coming out right. But instead of like a thick, dense chocolate, you get like a dusting of cacao, and the truffle in here, it's so sweet and pretty. On skin, I really like it. Let me see, do I have a spot? I really like it on my skin. Really like it on my skin more so than I like it on paper. It is a very pretty gourmand fragrances. If you enjoy like something that's slightly chocolate, not like Valentine's Day overload. No, it's a dusting of cacao with some sweetness and just Just a nice balance. A nice balance for a non-gourmand lover. But I think a gourmand lover will appreciate it a whole lot. Now, if you want to amp up any of the actual notes, I mean, you can do it with so many different things. You want to amp up the vanilla, put some Bianco latte in there. You want to amp up the chocolate, you have Fève Gourmand, do that. Or if you have something like Cacao Libertine, just, yeah, fragrances, you know, the world is ours and we don't have to own every single one, but we could make different things smell different. Anyways, I went off on a little tangent, but I'm enjoying Chalet from Brown Girl Jane. Gives me about 4 to 5 hours on the skin with a light wear. It wears much closer to my skin. So yep, check it out if you have not already done so. Okay, so next up on the list we have this one right here, and I can't say the house, and forgive me, it's D&M, and this is Mooncake. Now I know this fragrance is not getting much love in the community, but let me back it up a little bit. So Mooncake, I keep wanting to call it Moon Pie. Why do I do that? Anyways, the fragrance is called the Mooncake, all right? Came to us in the year 2025, retails for $160. Now, in terms of notes, we have honey, syrup, vanilla, mung bean, salted egg yolk, and lotus seed. So, not having experienced the actual dessert that this fragrance is channeling, so to speak, I'll tell you what I get from it. And I haven't seen many reviews on this fragrance. I just know that it's just not getting a lot of love in the community. Maybe that's because, you know, maybe that's why I'm not seeing any reviews. Anyways, love this fragrance. To me, the opening is way more interesting than the dry down. This is my first fragrance from this house, so I don't know what the house DNA gives, but I do know that this opens like there's like a mixture of sweetness and saltiness, so that makes it interesting for me. It could be that egg yolk and, you know, the vanilla and that mung bean. I don't know. It smells delicious though. It smells really edible without being too edible. Now, like I said, I have never had mooncake or anything like that. I don't know what it tastes like, so I can't say if it's photorealistic or not. I just get like a really cakey, sweet gourmand that opens salty, sweet, but the dry down is a very powdery kind of vanilla dry down. That's what I get. So that's why I say the opening is way more interesting than the dry down. Nonetheless, I enjoy the fragrance. Gives me about 5 hours on the skin, moderate wear. I've worn this maybe twice. And I've gotten one compliment. The compliment was like, ooh, you smell like the Publix bakery. And I give the person an eye like, and they're like, is that a bad thing? I'm like, no, thank you. Girl, sometimes my poker face. But what's wrong with smelling like the Publix bakery? Absolutely nothing. Anyways, Mooncake. Enjoying this. If you haven't gotten your nose on it, get yourself a sample. I don't think it's a safe blind buy unless you are just really in tune to this culture and you know exactly what a mooncake would smell like, especially if people are saying that this is photorealistic. So this is Mooncake from the house of D&M. Hopefully I said that correctly. Okay, so this next fragrance here is from the house of the 7 virtues, and this is called Buttercream Haze. Oh my goodness. I love this. This smells literally like buttercream icing on some kind of sponge cake. So Buttercream Haze was brought to us in the year 2025, so it's a new release. It retails for $94, quite affordable in the scheme of things, all right? In terms of notes, we have buttercream and vanilla in the opening. In the middle, we have maple and caramel. And in the base, we have tonka bean. Now, maple is a note that kind of goes iffy on some people. Not everybody wants to smell like IHOP. And one time, I can't remember what fragrance I was describing, and I said, smelling like IHOP, and somebody was like, that's dirty. But I meant it in a good way, you know. But anyways, the maple note in this fragrance is not prominent on my skin at all. I get vanilla. Like I said in the beginning, what this smells like to me is just icing, like a buttercream icing on a sponge cake of some kind of sort, some kind of vanilla cake. Y'all, this is such a comforting fragrance. I've been going through some things, you know, lifing. And this one, it does it. It gives you that absolute, you know how we say we need a hug? And this is a hug in a bottle. It's like a delicious, lickable hug in a bottle. And I enjoy it. It's not like bam in your face like Bianco Latte, which if you guys notice, I've been referencing Bianco Latte a lot in my videos, but I haven't really featured Bianco Latte. I don't know, I'm giving it a break. It's doing something to me. Anyways, I digress. We are talking about Buttercream Haze, and I am loving this one. It's soft and comforting and just really pretty. So if you want to smell like edible, but not like too edible, just that hint of, you know, I'll follow you around the block kind of smell. Follow your nose, it always knows. What is that? Am I showing my age? Yes, I am. It's all good. It's all good. Buttercream Haze, like I said, wears lighter to my skin, on my skin. About 4 hours. Not too projecting, but it leaves a pretty sillage. It does what it needs to do, and I'm enjoying it. It's like right in the middle, not too much, not too little bit. Loving it. Buttercream Haze from the house of the 7 Virtues. Okay, next up we have this one. I haven't really talked about it this year on the channel. I think I mentioned it on Instagram, but yes, it's time to pull her out. MAHNI CASSONADE from the house of Navitas in collaboration with Sharita M. Y'all, this is so good. So this one came out in 2023, retails for $2.95. You can get it on the Navitas website, also at Neiman Marcus. Again, very impressive, ladies. The notes, we have vanilla, ice cream, cashmere, and bergamot. In the mid, we have toffee, brown sugar, and amberwood. In the base, we have a vanilla caviar, white amber, and musk. On my skin, I get like a very delicious, upscale Cold Stone. So if Cold Stone has like an upscale brother or sister in the ice cream makery world, that's what this is in a bottle. It's not Cold Stone because it gives a little bit more sophistication than Cold Stone. You know when you go into Cold Stone and say, welcome to Cold Stone, and they start singing when you tip them. So this one in this shop, no, it's none of that. You know, you come in, it's like quiet luxury, a Gourmand. I just love it. To me, it's sweet enough. It pushes through the cool weather. It garners tons of compliments. You smell like waffle cones dipped in toffee and whatever vanilla ice cream other mix you want to put on top. That's what you got in here, and it is good. Okay? I absolutely enjoy MAHNI CASSONADE, and I'm so happy she's in my life. Listen, the line is getting a little past the ombre. It's making me nervous, making me absolutely nervous. Why is it that frag heads, we love wearing our perfume, but we never want it to be done? That's a phenomenon that needs to be studied, okay? Where's Dr. Clear? Anyways, this is MAHNI CASSONADE from Navitus in collaboration with Sharita M here on YouTube. Hey y'all, last but certainly not least, we have this one right here from the house of Sarah Baker, and this is Peaches Revenge. Now this fragrance is another fragrance that, you know, had a lot of mixed reviews when it came out. So Peaches Revenge came out last year. It feels like last year was a long time ago, but it was just the other day. 2024. It retails for $175 for the 50 ml. The 100 ml retails for $265, I think. So I've had it since it came out, and look at my dent. It's because, y'all, the notes. We have peach, nectarine, guava, caramel, vanilla, amaretto, ginger, cinnamon, amber, musk, cardamom, and orris. This is a very juicy, very realistic peach fragrance. So think of the peach fragrances in the world, the popular ones. Jimmy Choo, I Want You. That peach is different to this one. This one is like juicy. Like I bit into an overripe peach and the juices are coming out my mouth. Very undignified, but delicious. The other fruits in here that I get on my skin is that guava. And I love me a guava note. It might be the island woman in me, but I love a guava note. I get a little bit of the ginger and the nectarine, but it's not doing too much. But if you're looking for a very juicy peach gourmand fragrance, it doesn't smell like peach aurum. That's another fragrance that was done with Sharita. Now, I got a sample of that from my girl Liz. Now, peach aurum, I couldn't justify a full bottle in my collection. Again, unless I move to a place that has seasons. Because that thing is thick, okay? Peaches Revenge has a different type of thickness where I can still pull it off here in Tampa Bay, but I can still make it like peach aurum. You know how? By adding something like MAHNI CASSONADE. Because this and this, to me, gives you that peach cobbler density. This by itself gives me like almost like juicy peaches, whether it's the fresh peach that's overripe or like canned peaches, but not in a bad way. Nothing artificial. I don't get artificial from this, okay? So yeah, Peaches Revenge gives me about 6 hours on the skin. It's a very lovely 6 hours, moderate wear, can't complain. I leave a little bit of a sillage, you know, compliments every now and then, hit or miss. But these together, maybe I should, no, I already picked, yeah. So good, y'all. So yeah. Check it out if you haven't already done so. This is Peaches Revenge from the house of Sarah Baker. Okay, y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. That's me and my gourmands, my 5 gourmands that I wanted to feature today. Tell me in the comments, what gourmands are you reaching for? You know, I know some of y'all out there, you just want to smell like food, no matter what. You want to smell like it. Me, I have my moments. And the most gourmand territory I typically really get into is like a really cupcakey sweet vanilla. But I diversified a little bit here, and I am proud of myself, and y'all should be proud of me too. Anyways, let me know in the comments the gourmands you're pulling for. Maybe there might be a gourmand, anti-gourmand that you might suggest to me. I'm all ears. And like I always say, we can be anything in this world we want to be. Hard work, dedication, perseverance. But even if we're there, or even if we're not, we're going to smell like good people. We're going to smell fabulous at all times. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.